Rowan's latest fundraising events were a success this past week. We have the on-campus recap, national headlines, and Philly hotspots for spring, coming up on RTN News. Good evening and thanks for joining us for another episode of RTN News. I'm Lauren Rotella.
And I'm Rachel Williamson. Let's kick things off with some local news.
The 2016 Rowan Television Network's 9th annual telethon was a great success, generating roughly $2,000 for Special Olympics of New Jersey. The student-ran production was live for 5 hours straight on Wednesday night, from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m., filled with performances, interviews, and more that allowed viewers to get an exclusive look at what Special Olympics of New Jersey really stands for. The production is available online at rtntelethon.com, and donations are still welcomed.
Rowan University raised $5,000 for the Wounded Warrior Project on Saturday. It was the second year for the event, and it was held by the student chapter of the National Wellness Institute. The Wounded Warrior Project provides services for veterans across the country who have been injured. Runners of all ages participated in the event, being greeted by the Rowan cheerleaders as they passed the finish line.
New Jersey has been named as the best food state by National Magazine, and the top foods of the Garden State revolves around ice cream, hot dogs, and pizza. Among the list are Shriver's Saltwater Taffy, Taskin Bakery in Patterson, and Newark's Ironbound. The reveal has shocked natives from both New York and those in California, as Severe magazine raves about the special food destinations this month that you can find scattered throughout the state.
Dance Extensions recently announced that they will be performing at Rowan University toward the end of the semester. Dance Extensions' goal is to build awareness for dance as an art. Their performance will show the art of dance and how it evolved over time. The cast will consist of an all-female 28-company member group. The performances will be held in Toe Hill Theater on April 29th at 8 p.m. Tickets are $10, and any questions, please visit www.rowan.edu/club/dance. Now it's time to throw things over to Deshanti Pittman with your latest forecast.
Thank you. It's finally just starting to look a lot and feel a lot like spring. Starting with today, a high of 57 and a low of 44. On Wednesday, it will be 68 degrees with a low of 44. On Friday, it is expected to rain, but the weather will still be warm with a high of 77 and a low of 52. Then it will remain sunny the rest of the weekend, starting with Saturday with a high of 69 and a low of 46, leading into Sunday with a high of 70 and a low of 47. I'm glad it's finally warm.
It's staying.
Wrap it up.
We talk about it every time. We're like, I hope it's here to stay. I think it's finally here.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's finally time
I've
to
secured it. I already went out and I like set up my patio and stuff like that. I got some plans. I'm like, this is it. If I buy all this stuff, it's got to be here forever.
I was going to say, once you buy the summer wardrobe, that's when it's here to stay.
Oh, yeah. I'll do
Well, with the rising temperatures, the city of Philadelphia is always hosting outdoor events. When we come back, we'll have the latest in entertainment. Don't go away.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
If you're looking for somewhere to go with the family this weekend, look no further. Now here to fill us in, we have Summer Shiki with your entertainment update.
Thanks, guys. The Office of Student Activities co-sponsors an Asian Cultural Festival. The night will consist of traditional Asian performances, food tastings, and more. You'll also have the chance to make your own sushi, create beautiful origami. The event, also hosted by the Asian Cultural Association, will be located in the Student Chamberlain Center on Thursday, April 22nd at 9 p.m. All students are welcome to attend. The Philadelphia International Festival of the Arts closes down Broad Street for performances, food, and more. The event on April 23rd, open to the public, will include an array of food options from over 30 different vendors, a zip line, Ferris wheel, and multiple areas to lounge on. The festival also celebrates the arts, so numerous performers, including a show from trampoline athletes and French dancers, will be shown. Philadelphia hosts the first ever Chinese Lantern Festival in Northeast United States. The event, starting April 22nd, is a part of the historic Philadelphia's 10th anniversary at the Franklin Square and will be shown until June 12th. Each night, the square will come alive with 25 illuminated lanterns, handcrafted giant flowers, and a 20-foot-long Chinese dragon. All of the creations were constructed by artisans from China. Yoga on the Banks kicks off its outdoor season on April 23rd. Erin Gatchewitz and Ashley Renee Wagner will be teaching the classes every Saturday and Tuesday through November on the grass right off of the Schuylkill River Trail. Everyone who comes to the first class will get a free voucher for a milkshake, beer, or wine from Shake Shack. Yogis from all over will be able to attend, but will have to bring their own mats. For more information on any weather cancellations, you can visit www.schuylkillbanks.org.
That's something fun to do. Get
Yeah,
outside.
that is. There's a lot of those, actually. There was one on the other Delaware River.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's free yoga. You get to go there,
awesome.
enjoy the fresh air.
It's relaxing as is being outside.
Exactly.
And
You get
everything.
your exercise
So,
in, too.
and then the weather right now is like amazing. So,
And you're always looking for fun things to do outside in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Trying
And it's
different
free.
things. And it's
So,
free. College
great.
students.
Nice scenery.
Sold.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to some more local news. Rowan University hosted the New Jersey Regional Sea Perch Robot Competition on Saturday. The competition brought in 49 teams of the high school and middle school level across the state. Sea Perch is an underwater robotics program. Students' robots were judged by their speed, navigation ability in an obstacle course, and Q&A session. Winners were invited to compete at the National Sea Perch Competition that will be held at Louisiana University in May.
The fatal crash that killed 14 people in Afghanistan back in October by a huge C-130J cargo plane is being blamed on the misuse of night vision goggles. The flight crashed just 28 seconds after takeoff, killing the pilot, co-pilot, loadmasters, and more in the accident. While the plane was on the ground loading and unloading cargo, the pilot placed the goggles case in front of the cockpit yoke, but it was never removed. This interfered with the steering of the plane, causing the plane's nose to pitch up too far, which led to the fatal incident. But now to switch things up with your health update, let's head over to Melissa Priori.
Thanks, Lauren. Cases of the Zika virus known to cause birth defects in women have been reported in growing quantities all over the United States. And now for Gloucester County, it is closer than ever. A woman in Camden County has tested positive for the virus. She recently returned from a country where the Zika virus is present. While she's not pregnant, she is not free from being affected. The Zika virus is also known to cause neurological problems in adults. Keeping bug spray on at all times this summer will play a huge role in keeping you safe as the virus is spread through mosquito bites. In a new study, researchers at the University of Copenhagen have found that sunscreen could be a possible cause of infertility. So what can be so dangerous about something meant to prevent skin cancer? Researchers say it's actually the filters in sunscreen used to absorb ultraviolet light that can cause sperm to stop functioning properly. Most experts say that more tests need to be done before anyone can know for certain how much sunscreen can negatively affect fertility, and that people should still protect their skin at all costs. Governor Tom Wolf has signed a bill making Pennsylvania the 24th state to legalize medical marijuana. Patients who suffer from any number of 17 conditions, including HIV, Parkinson's disease, and ALS, will be able to receive certification from a physician who is registered with the Department of Health. The bill makes it very clear that the medicine is not allowed to be dispensed in the form of something an individual can smoke, but rather in the form of a pill, oil, or vaporization. The state plans to license 25 growers and around 50 dispensaries, all which must be more than 1,000 feet away from schools and daycares. A 5% sales tax will be enforced on the product.
This is always like one of those, it's a good thing, and then there's always, you know, people are going to have opposing views of everything, you know what I mean? People see the tax revenue, people see it helping many with medical needs, but...
Pros and cons,
Yeah.
pros and cons with the situation.
And
definitely.
I mean, for those 17 different, that was only 3 that we named, but all of the diseases that it can help are things that affect people everywhere in huge numbers. So it's not just this small amount of people that it could help. This could really do things for the medical community. So
yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll test out the waters a little bit. Well, when we come back, we have more of your national news, so don't go away.
Packers, Vikings, Packers, Vikings, Packers, Vikings.
Red state, blue state, vegan,
Carnivore. We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty. Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Bring this one.
Welcome back. Animal Planet's show River Monsters received quite the surprise when they began filming on a deserted island off the coast of Australia. The show's host Jeremy Wade and the film crew identified a castaway. According to the show director Stephen Shearman, the man found on the island had already said his final prayer and was preparing to die. Originally, Shearman did not plan on filming on that portion of the island, but choppy waters in his recent location forced them to move. The castaway was stranded after an incident while fishing. The episode featuring his rescue aired last week.
Now, who doesn't love Netflix? But not everyone is going to love their next move. With their global expansion, Netflix is planning on increasing prices for customers next month. However, the benefit for some is that the longer you have been a subscriber, the longer you have until the price increases. The current plan is to bump the $8 a month charge to $10 per month with content available in HD, and even offer a $12 a month bundle that will broadcast in ultra high definition and let customers play videos on 4 screens simultaneously. The new rate is planned to take effect come May.
A professor in Alaska was mauled by a bear in front of students during a mountaineering class on Monday. Boris Wagner was with a group of 12 students from the University of Alaska Southeast on Mount Emmerich. He has been teaching outdoor studies programs at the university since 2006. When the act took place, a student had to hike back down the mountain in order to get cell phone reception. Wagner was removed from the mountain via helicopter and is now in stable condition.
Donald Trump received plenty of backlash on Monday after accidentally referring to the 9/11 attacks by stating 7-Eleven, the well-known convenience store. Trump stated, "Because I was down there and I watched our police and our firemen down at 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center right after it came down, and I saw the greatest people I've ever seen in action." The statement turned heads on Monday, even more so when the businessman did not correct himself. But now with everything you need to know in Rowan athletics, here's Steven Rodriguez.
Thanks, Lauren. Rowan University diver John Morris was selected to the Philadelphia Inquirer Academic All-Area Men's Swimming and Diving Team. At the Metropolitan Championships, he took home first in the 1-meter dive with a school record of 552.35 points. He also won the 3-meter dive with 559.95 points. During the season, Morris captured first place in all 4 dual meets. The Rowan University men's outdoor track and field team won the Hopkins Loyola Invitational at Johns Hopkins University. The Profs finished with 132 points in the 17-team field that included 6 Division I programs. The team of Dior Hightower, Jonathan Ramirez, and Shay Mumford finished first with a time of 42.51 seconds in the 4x100-meter relay. Dave Benjamin won the 110-meter hurdles, and Jeffrey Tucker took home first in the high jump for the Profs. Selected student athletes will compete at the Larry Ellis Invitational hosted by Princeton University on Friday, April 22nd at 2 p.m. The remainder of the teams will travel to the Morgan State Legacy Meet later that day. Over in baseball, the Rowan baseball team won both their games on Sunday against New Jersey City University. They dominated in both games, winning 7-1 and 12-5. Right-hander Johnny Dunn pitched a complete game in the victory during the first opener. He gave up 8 hits and only 1 earned run in the win. In the second contest, right-hander Brad Machinsky had the win on the mound. In 5 relief innings, Machinsky only allowed 5 hits. Left-hander Mike Ramirez took the loss for NJCU. Rowan's Dylan Mendel went 3 for 5 with 2 triples, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs, along with Rowan's Brett Phillips, who went 2 for 5 with a triple and 2 RBIs of his own. The Profs are currently home playing Eastern University and travel to Stockton University on Thursday for their next game. And now we turn to Cody to find out what happened at Rowan softball doubleheader.
On Saturday, the Rowan softball team hosted Kean University for an NJAC doubleheader. The Profs had a hot start in Game 1, scoring 2 runs in the first inning off a ground out from right fielder Morgan Smith and a single from third baseman Nicole Peyote. The Profs tacked on their 3rd run of the game in the 2nd inning on a single from left fielder Mia Baldessari. Kane had a run of their own in the 3rd produced by second baseman Emily Sabo. However, the Profs continued their insurance plan with 3 more runs over the next 3 innings. Smith had a solo home run and an RBI triple in that span. She finished the game going 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Shortstop Shyla Sneed had an RBI double, putting the final score at 6-1. Pitcher Beth Ann Highland pitched a complete game, allowing 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks, and struck out 9 batters. Highland sure appreciated the support of her lineup in Game 1.
Oh yeah, I love our offense, and I'm glad that they are on my team and not on the other team. I tell them that all the time. I'm glad I'm not facing you guys because they're really, when they're really on, and it's scary sometimes. And I feel for the other team because they're a really great hitting team, and they see the ball really well, and they pick their pitches. They don't really go for junk. Yeah, they're a really dangerous offense.
In Game 2, runs were dismal. The Profs scored the lone run in the game in the bottom of the 6th. Smith came up big once again with a single. Christina Mueller scored on an error by the center fielder for a 1-0 final in favor of the Profs. Head coach Kim Wilson has a very simple formula for the key to the Profs' success going forward.
I think we need to come out tomorrow and go back to Rowan softball, which is, hitting the ball very well and really attacking. I thought we were swung a little defensively today, but I thought our defense was great.
Pitcher Allison Nolan picked up her 2nd win of the season in Game 2, pitching a no-hitter over 3 innings, striking out 5 batters. Rowan has taken over first place in the New Jersey Athletic Conference with an 8-2 NJAC record and 16 conference points. They sit at 25-7 overall. After today's final home doubleheader with Rutgers-Camden, the Profs travel to New Jersey City University on Saturday. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. Cody Decker, RTN News.
So it's another busy week with Rowan Athletics, but it's been even crazier in professional sports. I mean, Kobe Bryant's last game, the first overall draft pick for the NFL, might not be a quarterback.
That's crazy.
A lot of game-changing, things going on right now.
And then we look at our micro level, and then you have people who are breaking records, school records.
But this is always happening. I think we're getting used to this.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we just gotta stop being so good.
Rowan sports has always been relevant, and it's just good to see that they're keeping it up.
We're growing. Gotta watch out.
Expanding. We'll get D1 soon.
Yeah, what's Villanova, honestly. Well, it's time to hear the latest buzz on campus. Let's head over to Vina Marie Pizzo with this week's Round Opinion. Vina?
Hi everyone, it's Vina Marie Pizzo here with this week's RTN News Rowan Opinion. With me I have Itai and Alana who are going to speak to Rowan students today about their experience in Israel as Israel Defense soldiers. What do you think Rowan should be doing more to get the word out there?
Definitely more Rowan announcers. Some people don't read them, so I think it's not the best way to do it. I think we should use either Instagram or Twitter, more means of those to appeal to the younger generation.
Okay, and then also, how well do you think that we are getting information out there to Rowan students about what goes on outside of the U.S.?
Definitely certain courses help with that, and clubs too. All the clubs that are either religious clubs or just country-oriented clubs help bring people together and educate them on topics like that.
Well, what's your opinion on how Rowan gets this information out to students? I see there's only about 10 people here. What do you think Rowan could do better?
What they could do better? Well, the Rowan announcer emails do get annoying after a while, so I definitely silence them. I think more, getting it on television. We have RTN, we have Cinema Workshop. Why aren't there commercials? Why isn't there more media online advertising going on? I think it's definitely should be improved upon.
I am with Rachel, a freshman here at Rowan. Rachel, would you mind telling us about your opinion on how Chabad is run here at Rowan?
Well, I'm a freshman, so this is new for me, and I really enjoy Chabad.
What is your opinion on how Rowan gets this information out there to students? How did you find out that the Israeli soldiers would be here today?
Well, the intern Sophia, she told us, and there's emails that go out, and Chabad is really good at getting information out, and yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. After sitting in on their speeches, I learned that they're both still currently living in Israel. Would you be able to explain to me a little bit how you got the opportunity to take part in Rowan?
Yes, so we're here as part of a program that Chabad and Hillel put together, and it's a program that brings different speakers to speak to Rowan students. We're specifically here to talk about Israeli soldiers and about our IDF experiences, the service that we did in the Israeli Defense Forces, what it's like to be an Israeli soldier, the things that we've gone through, the realities that we face, the strategic threats that Israel faces until today. And we're here to try to give that from a personal sort of perspective, and happy to answer any questions and anything that people would like to know.
Being Marie Pizzo with this week's Rowan Opinion, I learned about all the opinions the students had about their experience with the Israeli soldiers coming to visit today. It was truly a great experience for myself, and I got to see what the students thought as well.
That was something else unique. Rowan's always bringing awareness to different subjects, and I mean the military and being across the globe.
I know, and it's crazy because then you get to hear everybody's stories and what the personal things they go through, and their mentality and the whole experience is
There's really
probably crazy to hear.
Nothing that we don't cover.
I know.
We're like every week with our health checks, with everything.
I
like
know.
Rowan's unfolding all this
We
cool
have
stuff.
you covered on every single service.
Yeah, so watch RTN News.
Exactly. For only one more week though. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in next week for our season's final episode right here on RTN Channel 5 at 5:30 p.m. I'm Lauren Rotella.
And I'm Rachel Williamson. Have a good night, Rowan.